Hello, how are you doing today? Whoever is watching this on whatever day it is, I hope you're having a good one. So, this is MMA Diary number 35. We have a little bit of news to go over. We got some fights to pick, and we got some fights to review. I'm doing this on a Thursday, September 1st, 2016, because my is a Friday after I get done with work, but my apartment's getting shown, so I'm forced to do this day early. Not that it's going to make that much of a difference, but just in case there's any news on Friday, September 2nd, that's why I didn't cover it. So, fight night, Maia vs. Condit. It was an alright fight night. It wasn't super memorable. Performances, but other than that, the prelims were pretty boring. The main event, Maia was Maia. I mean, it was really impressive. It was just kind of anticlimactic. Climactic. Other than that, I did a pretty good job picking. I didn't really get the results right, but you know, I think Lozon kinda won that fight, so I'm pretty sure I should get this victory. Pretty sure I should. Perfect pick. It's KO round 1. Okay, so let's go over it, huh? Okay, Kyle Bochniak. Forget who he fought, but he lost that fight, but somehow he got the victory. He was pretty much gifted that one. Shane Campbell lost to Felipe Silva. That's the name to remember, everyone. You know my new name to remember segment thing that I do every week now? That's the name to remember. Felipe Silva knocked Shane Campbell out in the first round. Pretty impressive performance. Chad Lepre, he missed weight at a lightweight. He says he's moving up to 170. 155, I guess, is too hard for him. But he got the first round KO victory. Sam Alvey versus Kevin Casey. Smiling Sam Alvey got the knockout again. Smiling Sam Alvey, pretty badass. Joe Lozon versus Jim Miller. Like I said, I thought Joe Lozon won that fight, but you know, it was a pretty crazy fight. I'm not thinking that Lozon got robbed by any means, but I had it for him. So take that for what you will. But yeah. Scrap or in their fight history, but people are saying make that fight every year because it's so entertaining. It was pretty entertaining. It wasn't exactly the bloodbath that it was the first time, but still pretty good. Paige Van Zandt versus Bec Rawlings. Paige Van Zandt, a spinning roundhouse kick, knocked Bec Rawlings on her ass, and then she finished it off with ground and pound. Pretty impressive from Paige Van Zandt. That's going to be on her highlight reel for a long time. Impressive. Anthony Pettis versus Charles Oliveira. That was my fight of the night. Pretty good fight. Charles Oliveira was pretty good in the first round. When did Pettis finish him in the third or in the second? I feel like he finished him in the second with a triangle, right? Or I don't even remember. But yeah, Pettis looked good at 145. I'm glad he got the win. I feel bad. I wanted both guys to win. I feel less bad for Oliveira than I would have for Pettis if he had lost, but I still feel bad for Oliveira. But Pettis gets that victory. That's a big one for him. He's ranked 6th now at featherweight, so that's good for him. He's if Conor doesn't go down to featherweight, I wouldn't be surprised if they just put Aldo in there right away for the title. I mean, Pettis against Aldo. Featherweight belt. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but you know, I think Holloway deserves that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put Pettis there because he's got that name recognition, that name brand, you know. First MMA fighter on the Wheaties box and all of that. Okay, main event. Damian Maia versus Carlos Condit. Damian Maia slithered his way in there. Just methodically took his back and got the submission victory. seems like he's going to be done. I wouldn't be surprised if he fights again. I don't know if he's got money fights left in him. Like, everyone's saying Condit versus Matt Brown. That would be a really entertaining fight for us, for the hardcore fans, but it's not going to sell any pay-per-view cards, you know? I mean, the average viewer isn't going to be all like, oh, Carlos Condit versus Matt Brown is the... I got to get the pay-per-view even though the main event's kind of weak. Like, if you put Carlos Condit, Matt Brown on a McGregor card, that would offer a shitload of entertainment that people would just have packed right in there. But, I don't know. If Condit wants to retire, I think he should just retire. He's done enough. He's a veteran in this game. He's had wars. He's a smart guy, you know. I don't want to see him take too. Okay, let's just run over the Bellator 160 card quick. AJ McKee looked really good against Cody Walker. He got a second round finish. He said he was out partying late last night, which is just a stupid excuse. Bubba Jenkins lost to Georgi Kaharyan. I forget that guy's name, but that's the second time he lost to him. Seems like Bubba Jenkins seems like a smart guy. Hopefully he lands on his feet. You know, go to Titan or like RFA or something. He'll be fine. I think he just needs to get a few wins back under him. Derek Anderson versus Syed Awad. I kept saying Syed Awad was the Jewish fighter, but he's totally not. I should have looked that up. He's not the Jewish fighter that represents Israel every ring, like that guy in the UFC did. I don't know why I kept thinking he was, but I was wrong. But he lost that fight to Derek Anderson. Derek Anderson's pretty impressive. And then the main event of the evening, Benson Henderson versus Patricio Pitbull. Pitbull was winning that fight, surprisingly enough. Pitbull was beating Benson Henderson in the first round. For sure he won the first round. Second round, it was looking like he was beating him. And then, I don't know if he checked a kick, broke his leg, or if he was kicking and he broke his leg. I don't know. He broke his leg, which is just a damn bummer. A damn bummer. Okay, so there you go. Benson Henderson is now fighting Michael Chandler for the lightweight title. And seems like Rory McDonald is going to be fighting Kurshkov maybe sometime next year. Rory said he wants to take a little time off to have his... he didn't do that the last time. Seems like a smart idea. Yeah. So, that's Bellator 160. They had the Rory McDonald introduction was pretty awkward. Rory's just not very charismatic, and it didn't really work out super well. But, you know, what can you do? Oh, Michael Venom Page is going to be the co-main event, I think, for the Benson Henderson. I forget the name of the guy he's fighting, but he's supposed to have fought this guy like the last 3 times, and for whatever reason that fight keeps getting canceled, so hopefully they finally get it done. And Michael Venom Page does some more crazy shit and looks really good, and maybe sometime next year it'll be Michael Venom Page versus Rory McDonald. That would be really fun. Okay, so UFC Hamburg is this weekend. Prelim 10:45 Central Standard Time. 11:45 East Coast and 8:45 in the morning for the West Coast. And 9:45, of course, for Rocky Mountain Time. And all that other shit. I don't know what you Europeans have, but that's for the United States. So it's an early morning fight. I'm going to be camping this weekend, so I won't be able to see it live. But it's all on Fight Pass, so I should be able to watch the whole card beginning to end uninterrupted on Fight Pass when I get home, hopefully. That'd be nice. It's a European card, so there's a lot of European names on here, but there's still quite a few good fights that I'm excited about. Rustam Khabilov fighting Leandro Silva. I like me some Khabilov. Khabilov. Decision. Kopylov a lot, even though he's 2-2 in his last 4 fights, I think. But I like him. Ashley Evans Smith versus, I forget her first name. Ashley Evans Smith, I'm going with a decision victory. This girl that she's fighting, Macedo, she's supposed to be pretty entertaining. Like, she throws a lot of spin kicks, a lot of unorthodox techniques. So who knows? Maybe that fight will be very, very entertaining. We got Peter Sabota versus Nicholas Dalby. I'm hoping Dalby can start showing some stuff. He's lost. I think he's been in 4 UFC fights and he's lost 3. So if he loses another one, he's probably out. Like, Nicholas Dalby was supposed to be one of the bright young prospects. And not young, he's like in his 30s, but you know, one of the bright new names that they signed. Peter Sabota, I guess he was in the UFC, he got cut, he got back in the UFC, he's doing alright now. But sort of seems like a loser leaves town kind of fight. So I'm hoping Nicholas Dalby gets that win. I really do. I like Dalby. Then we got Nick Hein versus Tai Hoon Bang. I'm going with Nick Hein, the German. Then we got Ryan Bader versus Alir Latifi here. I really don't know what to pick. I'm going to go Latifi, round 1 KO. I like Bader. Like, I picked Bader versus, I think I picked Bader versus Rumble. Because I was so ticked at Rumble for the way he folded against DC. And I picked Bader against, like, Sugar Rashad Evans and, too, when he was on that win streak. I liked Bader. I mean, he was kind of boring, but I thought he was interesting. Alir Latifi is just a weird little tank, man, who can knock dudes out. So that's a good fight. I think that's going to be a really good fight. I'm going with Latifi there. And then we got Alexander Gustafsson making his return finally against Jan Blachowicz. Wow. People really don't think Jan Blachowicz stands a chance. Let's go round 1. I mean, Jan, I feel bad for him. I mean, Jan Blachowicz was supposed to fight Rumble Johnson not too long ago. And then they moved, I think they gave the fight to, who's that? Jimmy Manuwa. I think they gave him the fight instead of Jan Blachowicz. But yeah, Jan Blachowicz isn't afraid of against some competition. Like, damn. That seems, I mean, who knows? Upsets happen in MMA. Wow, people are giving Andrei Arlovski. They're all on Andrei Arlovski. I'm going with Barnett via submission in the 2nd round. Should be a fun fight, but Arlovski's had a rough go of things recently. Getting knocked out by Overeem. He got knocked out by Stipe. I mean, you know, Arlovski's the book on him was him having a weak chin, and then miraculously going back to Jackson's, getting a comeback, beating Brendan Schaub, even though Brendan win. Then he like won another one. Then he knocked out Travis Brown, which was insane. And then did he win another one after that? Or was that the Stipe fight next? I don't know. He was on a nice little run there. Josh Barnett. I like Josh Barnett a lot. He seems like a very, very intelligent dude. He can speak multiple languages. He just seems like a really, like, I don't know, every time I hear him on the MMA Hour or in any of his interviews, I just really respect the guy. And I just want to do more with my life every time I hear him talk. He's really motivational. And I really want to see him win. He looked really good against Roy Nelson. And then he fought, what's his face? Ben Rothwell. And he got choked the fuck out.
Arlovski, you only need.
Look at Andre. He looks built in this game. Barnett's got that dad bod.
Seconds into the bout and dropped him for the stoppage. Nice work on the counter. Oh, he is landing those leg kicks over and over again. And he slips to half guard. Let's see what he can do from here. He's got some space now. He's posturing up. He scrambles back to his feet. That punch had knockout written all over it. Arlovski gets caught by the right kick. Good job blocking the punch. It's a nice jab there, Joe. Look at this.
I think that this fight, I mean, heavyweights, it's just so hard to predict. Like, with two who I'm going to pick between Overeem and Arlovski, like, the only fight that I feel really comfortable picking is like a Cain Velasquez. If the reports of him coming into his fight were all good and there was like no speculation that he was going to be hurt or anything, I wouldn't hesitate to pick him like over anyone really. But otherwise, the heavyweight division is just like a coin flip for the most part. Everyone can get knocked out in one punch, really. Maybe besides Roy Nelson. Maybe don't pick Roy Nelson to get knocked out. But, oops. I have my favorites. And that's who I usually pick with the heavyweights. It's who I like the most. To pick Ben Rothwell against Junior Dos Santos, but like Junior Dos Santos looked like dog crap for a lot of those fights, whereas Ben Rothwell was just being a maniac and getting people's necks and shit. I'm excited for this card. I wish that... Wow, that was nice. I wish that I could be there to watch it live. I love morning cards. Like, morning cards are so pleasurable. I don't usually... I mean, I do drink, and that's sort of why I forget a lot of the fights. But when it's in the morning, you just get to, you know, spend your day on the couch, watching TV, do things here and there in between fights. Don't worry about it. And it's just very pleasurable. And then you got your entire afternoon to yourself. Like, you can do whatever the hell you want with. Alright, let's get this fight down to the ground, huh?
That was a decent first round. It looks like they're just starting to find each other's range and timing. Nice combination, and it sets up the takedown. Big punch. Barnett going for a submission.
Yeah, I got really confused there.
It looks like he's trying to set up an arm bar here. He's got the arm here. Now he's going to throw his leg over. Turns the hips. He's going to sit back. It's pretty deep, Mike. Can he get it? Can he pull it off?
Oh, fuck me, dude. Bullshit.
Beautiful escape.
Bullshit. God damn it, dude. I was so close. Block, you fool.
Great work from the top by Arlovski. And he's got some good effectiveness going with the ground and pound. And he's got it in guard.
What?
He postures up.
Sorry, my girlfriend was saying shit. I didn't mean to yell. Oh, fuck me. I'm not gonna be able to get this shit. Holy fuck. Wow, I thought I was done. I need to get up. I need to get my juice back. I thought I was done. Oh, fuck.
Nice body kick. Look at this takedown. Looks like he's going to lean back for a heel hook. Slides his hips forward. Going to try to get that leg free. Races the leg with his leg. Slides his arm up. Gets the heel underneath the crook of his elbow.
Yes! Boom! There you go. Did it. First heel hook I ever pulled off. I don't give a fuck. Lick the blood. Josh Barnett was the first guy.
And got the victory.
Okay. Boom. There we go.
Let's check out the action on our fight replay.
Yeah, Alexander Gustafsson fighting Jan Blachowicz. I hope Gus can just come out there like a house on fire. Looks super good. He's lost. What? He lost to Jones. He lost to Rumble. He lost to DC. If he loses this one, that's 4 in a row. I mean, there's no reason he should be ashamed for losing to those guys. He beat John Jones, and it was close with Daniel Cormier. It was really close. Rumble just knocked the shit out of him. Okay, so here we go. Here's the news and notes for the week. Joe Silva is retiring from matchmaking for the UFC. He was the longest tenured member of the UFC organization. He was there pre-Zuffa, and he got folded into Zuffa. He was working for the new management for a little while. But yeah, he's done apparently, so.
Nice punch by Blachowicz.
So yeah, that's sad. Sean Shelby's still there, so. Fuck. Sean Shelby's still there to make some of the fights. Golly jeez. There's no news on when he's retire.
Move back into side control once more.
Come on, dude. Just let me finish it.
And they're back up. He switches to southpaw here.
God damn it. He's rumored to leave at the end of 2016 when all the 2016 campaign is over. So I'm assuming that means the final card in December, but who knows? There, Go Big. Was Go Big last year? What is this year? I don't know. Last year's campaign I thought extended into 2016, but I could be wrong about that.
Looking to take him down again.
Look how quick his counters are.
Oh, good combination. Blachowicz got him in the plumb clinch. Nice knee. They're working hard.
Fuck.
Good striking.
I can't believe this shit. I thought I had him right
Under a
away.
minute in the round. Nice hook to the body in the clinch. 45 seconds. Flying knee to knee. He's looking for a takedown.
Bullshit. Let's restart. Yeah, so Joe Silva out. Rashad Evans announces that he will be moving to middleweight and wants to fight at UFC 205, potentially against Tim Kennedy. That'd be a fun fight. Tim Kennedy said some messed up things today on Facebook that you should probably. I mean, he wrote an inspiring post. I read the whole thing, and it's pretty inspiring. But he's like, he said some shit about PTSD being for pussies who don't work hard enough, and that he's killed women and children in Iraq, and that he should have nightmares every night, but he doesn't, and he thinks it's weird that people do. He thinks people who don't or have PTSD don't work hard enough. I never really was a fan of Tim Kennedy. I know people really do like him a lot. I mean, he's a great American. For sure. But just the way he complains all the time and shit, it just turns me off. And he does complain all the time. Former Bellator lightweight challenger Marcin Held, title challenger Marcin Held. He's a Polish dude. He's young. He's only like 24. He's a leg lock ace. And he's going to be fighting at the Tough Latin America 3 finale against Diego Sanchez. So, welcome to the UFC, young man. That should be a very entertaining fight. I mean, I don't see how Diego Sanchez is a madman, and he doesn't really, like, he'll have his leg broken probably before he taps. God damn it, I'm so sick of this. Maybe I should just stop throwing haymakers every single time.
With a solid leg kick.
He's doing a really good job of timing these shots.
Man.
Wow! Oh, he's in big trouble.
Man, Gus gets tired quick. Jan has a hell of a chin in this game.
15 seconds now. Nice uppercut right there.
Alright, we're going to try it one more time and then we're done. Donald Cerrone was on the Joe Rogan Experience this week. He teased an epic fight at UFC 205. It sounds like he's going to be on that card for sure. It's just that they have to iron out who he's going to be against. He said that his opponent's going to be was his girlfriend's favorite fighter, so that's kind of weird.
Feels like he's never been better.
Apparently, the rumor is that he's going to be fighting Robbie Lawler at 205. Really, really good fight. Someone's probably going to get knocked out. And it probably, well, I was going to say it probably never go to the ground, but Cerrone has been taking down his last two opponents. Like, remember that Patrick Cote fight where he was just busting out takedowns and slamming him on his ass? So yeah, I'm excited for that one. 205 should be really good. I wonder if they're going to get... Otherwise, they better get... I don't even know who else to put on there. Ronda's not going to fight there. GSP can't fight there. He entered the testing pool too late, unless they make an exemption. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but it sounds like GSP is not too happy with the UFC right now because he's trying to renegotiate his contract to make up for the sponsorships that he'll be out on. Because apparently... or he'd be losing money by fighting under his current contract because he wouldn't be getting paid by his sponsors. So, doesn't sound like GSP's in the best situation right now with the UFC to be headlining the New York card. Conor McGregor, he said that shit at this press conference, that shit's gonna hit the fan and that he might look into other sports for the time being. I'm sure if the money's right, he'll fight at New York. But yeah, a lot of their other champions aren't super marketable right now. Mighty Mouse isn't going to headline a pay-per-view where they're trying to sell big numbers. Joanna, no one knows who she is, even though she's badass. Amanda Nunes, she's a new champion. Eddie Alvarez is a new. Jose Aldo's interim. Tyron Woodley's a new champion. I mean, you could have DC versus Rumble, but is that really going to sell? Probably not. We've already seen that fight. And then Stipe is fighting at 203, and Bisping's fighting at 204, so... You don't have a lot of big names to fight there. Unless you're going to do a whole bunch of non-title shits, which I'd be alright with. Like, you put Weidman and Rockhold in a tournament with Jacare and Yoel Romero. You have, Come on!
10 seconds to go here. Let's see what happens.
Yes, it's over. 1 second left. Holy shit, we did it. Okay. Also, Tito Ortiz, he wants to fight either Royce Gracie, Fedor Emelianenko, or Rampage Jackson at 205 pounds. Good luck with that, Tito. And here's the fight announcements for the week. Nick Lentz is going to be fighting Michael McBride, a newcomer at UFC 203, after Mirabek Taisumov got removed from the card for undisclosed reasons. I don't know what's up with that. So, hopefully that'll be another good win for Nick Lentz, and he can get his name built up a little bit more. Jorge Masvidal will fight Kelvin Gastelum at Tough Latin America 3 finale in Mexico City. That's a really fun fight. I hope Masvidal can I hope Kelvin Gastelum can get back on track after all that weight shit that he went through. Cole Miller versus Mizitu Hirota, and Seo Hee Ham versus Danielle Taylor at UFC Fight Night 97 in the Philippines. Seo, goddamn it, I'm just gonna call her Ham. She's super small. Danielle Taylor's super small. That'll be a fun strawweight. And then we got Tiffany Van Soest versus Kaylin Schwartz, September 23rd, and at Victa 19. Tiffany Van Soest, she's going to be making her her MMA debut. There's a lot of hype behind her because she's like a Muay Thai world champion, and she looked good in kickboxing. So we'll see if those skills translate into success in MMA. And then finally, we got fight of the week this week is Michael Chandler versus Eddie Alvarez I. You can watch it online via Bellator.spike.com or something. I don't know. I'll provide the link. You always hear about Michael Chandler was on the MMA Hour this week, and he was talking about how he wanted to do a Alvarez eventually. He said, I'd fight him in Bellator and UFC, World Series of Fighting, one championship. I don't care where it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. So we'll see if that ever actually comes to fruition. I don't think Eddie Alvarez is going to hang on to the UFC belt for a whole lot longer, just because that 155-pound division is so volatile. But that would have been really before he fought RDA, or maybe after he fought RDA. Whenever Chandler signed that new contract extension, he said that it's a shame that that Chandler stayed with Bellator because they could have made magic and had a trilogy fight in the UFC. Shit. That would have been really cool. You always hear about those fights being classics, and I'd never seen them because I didn't watch Bellator back then. Follow MMA websites and shit where they'd tell you like, oh, this fight is the fight to watch. You don't want to miss this fight, etc., etc. Come on, can we get this done right here? Can we get this done right here? It's gonna get done right here. Punch in the back. But yeah, I watched that fight. That was a really, really good fight. I'm excited to watch part 2. If it's as good as the first fight, it'll be next week's fight of the night or fight of the week. Other than that, I bought tickets to go see Killer B Ben Saunders versus Jacob Volkman right up the road from where I live in Red Wing, Minnesota, at Indian Casino. It's kind of strange because we were just talking about how Ben Saunders got kind of released from the UFC, but not really released from the UFC. Regional promotions and stuff, and all of a sudden he pops up in Red Wing, Minnesota. So yeah, I bought tickets. I'm gonna go see him next Friday. So I'll report about that either, well, it'll probably be 2 weeks from now, but who knows, maybe I'll make a special edition to recap what that one, or what that fight night was all about. Other than that, we have UFC 203 coming up next weekend, as well as a bunch of other shows, like smaller promotions. Tomorrow, September 2nd, 1FC will be fighting in the morning, like really early in the morning. $10 to watch that online if you're interested. Other than that, September 9th, Titan FC 41, that woman Dom that I was telling you about like a while back, probably like 4 or 5 weeks back. She's going to be headlining Titan FC for the inaugural Women's Bantamweight Championship there. RFA is going to be on Access TV September 9th, and then Cage Warriors is going to be September 10th, as well as UFC 203 is September 10th as well. So busy weekend in MMA next weekend. We'll talk about that next week. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.